So measure sounds objective, but most systems don't actually measure merit. They measure your output, or they measure your visibility, or they measure compliance. Measure does not equal output. So what is merit? Is merit performance? Is it our effort? Is it our potential that we have? Is it in alignment with our values? All of these things could be merit, and most organizations tend to mix all of these things without actually saying it. In medicine, as well as in leadership, the people who get often rewarded are often those who are easiest to come up with a measurement. That measurement may not always translate into an outcome or productivity. It doesn't necessarily have a measurement that creates the most long-term value for the individual as well as the organization, but it is what's measured. And so often that becomes our definition of merit. So before we say this person has merit, maybe the better question that we should ask is, what kind of behaviors are we selecting for? Ultimately, if we're selecting for the wrong type of behaviors, then the merit doesn't really hold a lot of steam. Are we screening for the loudest person? Are we screening for the person who's the most steady contributor, the most productive person, the person who brings the best culture within an organization? Are we focused on just short-term results, or are we focused on the sustainable impact of the person who's part of our team? Are we looking at who's the busiest? Are we looking at who's the most efficient? Are we talking about who's the most effective? Are we talking about the person who builds teams that people want to be a part of? What does your system actually reward? Because whatever your system rewards, that is what people become. And we can't expect people to be anything except what the system allows them to be. That's where real-world leadership comes in. Leadership helps us align people with the organizations and create incentives that build the person along with the organization. Merit at its core should be designed to be objective. It isn't about who is the loudest, or it isn't about who is the most visible or most comfortable within the system. Merit is about the value the individual brings. It's about value creation. It's about the contribution that someone makes to the team and the outcomes that they deliver to the team. You can say it's whoever's most effective for the long-term health of an organization. In sports, we call that their WAR, their wins above replacement. That holds a lot of merit as well. The challenge is that many systems don't actually measure. They measure our activity, or they measure speed, or they measure compliance, but they do that because they're easy to see. They're easy to calculate. Where real leadership often means being intentional about the rewards that we give out, because whatever we give out, again, becomes the behavior. Real leadership means being intentional about what we reward, because whatever we reward becomes the behavior that people adopt. So the real question isn't what is merit or who has merit. The real question is, what does our definition of merit encourage people to become? Ultimately, if we want alignment between people who work in an organization and the executive team in the organization, there has to be an alignment of the incentives. Because ultimately, if there's not alignment between the people who work for the organization and the organization itself, then it's really hard to actually have an accurate definition of merit. Thank you.